Hi and welcome back. My name's Jim, and in today's episode we're going to turn these into these. So let's get on with it. So when I designed the collector, I thought I'd try and keep things simple and use as many mandrel bends as possible. So this is a 30-degree bend that we're going to have here. I'll show you on the cab, but basically I'm going to take a 30-degree, do one cut here, another here, and that's it. So I needed to design a tool, and after a few hours, if that, managed to piece something together. So basically I started off with the bend in the middle where I wanted it and just built parts around it. So it's literally a rectangle beneath, a rectangle above, with the cutout in the middle and a couple of bolt holes. So let's get that printed. It's been a few hours and I've used this fashionable pink. You can see it's already a bit mucky because I have done a quick fit test on it, and I had a bit of a lip around here, so I've just sanded that smooth, but the fit of it is really good. So if I grab that, you can see that actually fits really well. And then there's a second piece that slots over the other side, like so. Now if I do this cut, and then one here, that will then give me the shape that I want. I think I'm going to start with this one because it's the easiest when I've got this bolted up. So I run the bandsaw down here, and then I can do this one here, whichever orientation I think's right. So we get it bolted together, and we'll get on with it. So the parts are cut, and I'm really happy with how they're looking so far. Given a quick wipe because of the WD-40 I used just to cut. Yeah, they're looking all right. They're really sharp here though, so I might just take a little bit off. Although I shouldn't really need to, but on the bench, there we go. I place those roughly. See, they're slightly off. I knew they wouldn't be 100% perfect, but yeah, it's looking all right. Bit of fettling. Now you'll see this looks a bit like some sort of enlarged Lego piece. Now the idea is, if I put these on here, although it's really hard to do one-handed, is that will hold the two joints where I need them, so I can weld it up. So I'm just going to put this down, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so I've put it in. As you can see, got a high point here. We've got a gap at this side that we don't have here. In fact, it seems to be like, it looks like something's off at an angle because that's higher than this side, in the same way that side's higher than that side. But if you look down here, they're not flat. So I think it's definitely something off with that cut. Not by much, but I think it, that is actually quite an angle there as well. Bit of a downward angle. I'm going to try and take this out of here and just lay it on the bench and see what it looks like. Right, if I hold that there to get that level, looks all right, but we end up with a bit of a gap here. But I think that might be down to how that one's cut. If I put them on the bench as they are, we get the same problem. So it's almost like this, it's been cut at an angle inward, so they're pushing each other away, almost like tectonic plates in a way. Is there enough balance? Probably not. That way, doesn't look bad, doesn't look brilliant. That's the one on the right has definitely got a bit of a shonky cut on it. Bit shit, but that's operator error more than anything else. I think I'm going to try and tack them up like this. I'm not going to use that. I think it throws it off too much. So I'm going to try and do it as it is. And we can always cut the tacks, start again, whatever. But what do you expect for a first try? So I've got to set the welder up and just get them tacked. I will be back soon. It needs a little bit of a clean up, but I'm happy with how it looks so far. So much so, I've made a second one, and it's showing some repeatability. They're not perfect, but they'll certainly work, and I've got something really cool to show you. They go straight on. So that is actually just fitted straight up, no problem at all. Come on, let's see if we can get that one on. Just about. A little bit of a excess material on that. But it's showing some good potential, and I reckon I can build a jig off here. Move that out of the way. This one's definitely staying in position. I'm going to move these anyway to accommodate the part of the car inlet manifold. I'm going to bring these down slightly out, so this collector's getting moved over and whatever else, but this one's staying where it is, and I can build a jig off the bell housing bolts here, which is my next job. So like I say, really happy with how they've turned out. Say I've not done anything like this before. It's worked out pretty well. I'm going to make the jig before I do anything else. And then I think the job after that is to make the tooling to start cutting the other mandrel bends. So I've got stuff like this. I need to mark off where I'm going to make these cuts. But the easier thing about these bends and all the others for the primaries is that it's only a straight cut. So it's a case of measure how far I need after the bend or before the bend, make the cut, get it in position, and we'll be getting on with that soon enough. But for the minute, I've got some jobs to do, and I'll be back soon. So I hope you've enjoyed that and learned something, because I know I have, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.